That's 904-507-4777. Or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account, with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
We talk about momentum shifts in sports all the time. How you can feel the momentum go from your team to the other team, back to your team through the course of a game or through the course of a season or whatever it is, through the course of 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I've ever experienced a momentum shift like we've had in the last 7 days, where we went from not even like angry anymore about the Jags, not even upset, just complete, I don't care.
Right.
And the season's over and get us through this, to it is all that anyone can talk about now. It is the crowning achievement in franchise history to be the best loser right now. Can you remember a momentum shift of this magnitude? Because, James, 7 days ago, we were trying to figure out how we were going to fill a 2-hour post-game show without getting into college football.
Yeah, last week was it last week we were going into it like we're not talking about these losers.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, wait a minute. We just nudged into the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And then today, it was like, all right, we can actually win a game now.
Yeah.
I can actually root for them to do right, like a normal team, but only because we won. We had victory today. I've been celebrating.
You're dressed up.
I had to. I heard those guys. I said those guys like they're not great people. But Leon and Hack brought up a phenomenal point. I think it was Leon that says, "You'll know where you were. You'll remember where you were when this moment happened."
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely can definitely remember where I was at. And the first thing I said, I was about to go in. I was like, man, I'm going to take I woke up. You woke me up from my nap.
Oh, my bad.
But it's okay. I knew it was coming. You're my boy. You're my guy. I can talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
I can say those things. Other people can't.
We'll get to that tomorrow.
Yes, that's going to be definitely lively for tomorrow. But I woke up. I was like, man, I just can't come in here in gray sweats and in my Jaguars the salute to service sweatshirt, which is what I really like wearing when they do something good.
Right.
I was like, man, I just got some new suits in. So this is a time to break out. And I got some Yeezys that I ain't never worn. It's like, this is the time, James. Like, you got to do news. Like, the people need to see that this is more than just something to just say, okay, now this is something to celebrate. Like, for the lovable losers who always do something wrong. And I was mad at first. They had us in the first half.
The Trubisky interception.
Yeah, with Trubisky. Ooh. I put the tweet out, boy. Leave it to Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky is even though they won, but we let him win. Even though they won, Mitch Trubisky is such a bad quarterback that even when you're trying to give him the victory, he doesn't understand.
Nope. He can't comprehend.
I'm not gonna say what I said when Mitch Trubisky got drafted, but go back that draft week on our SoundClouds,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see what I educated some youth.
You did
on
at
on
noon
certain
on a Saturday.
Yeah, on certain websites,
You got an email
and what you can procure on said websites.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm got in a little trouble for that. But, I'm not trying to get in trouble for that right now. So, but go check that out, and you'll know how I felt about Mitchell since since he was in the draft. But this guy is terrible. But our guy, the savvy veteran that Matt Glennon, Mike, whatever. It doesn't matter. Mr. Glennon.
Mr. Glennon.
I like that
Yes,
better.
Mr. Glennon.
Coach Glennon, because that's what he deserves. He's earned that spot.
Mm-hmm.
The savvy vet that he is said, no. I know why Coach said we had an open quarterback competition, because Gardner's dumbass didn't understand that we're trying to lose. He ain't been here long enough to understand the bigger picture.
He hadn't made his money yet.
Yeah, I've made enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I see the big picture. And I want to be a part of the long-term Jaguar success. And maybe if I do the right thing, I could be the mentor for.
There's only one way I'm getting into the pride of the Jags, and that's to blow this thing.
Right. Because he'll always be, just like how when I go to Aromas, when I go to some of the other cigar lounges, or I'm out to eat, and I see the old Jaguars and I dap them up, and I had no idea who they were until I moved here. Mm-hmm. And I see the fans be like, oh, man, it was hopping when you were here, blah, blah, blah. That's what Glennon's going to be. They're going to remember him as one of the best quarterbacks here, not for winning, but for losing and doing what was necessary. And that's what you got to have.
You got to have team first guys.
Right.
Franchise first guys. It's so weird. It's so weird to come in here having lost, 14 in a row? 14 in a row and be excited. Like that's so weird. But it's 4 weeks ago, we were in here talking about what does it mean to change a culture, and how do you do that? Like, how do you take a franchise like the Jags, who have had over a decade of utter failure, and how do you completely revamp a culture? And I'll be damned if we don't get to see it. Like, you couldn't script this any better.
Right.
It's like you hit rock bottom to the point where you finally have to fire the GM. You finally have to fire the coach, like all that kind of stuff. The plan came together because this time last year, we were all angry that he kept Marone and Caldwell.
Right. Facts.
Well, what if he would have gotten rid of him and that coach would have came in and won 3 or 4 games?
We'd be stuck with Gardner.
Like that, this wouldn't be happening right now. Shad Khan looks like the brightest man on the planet. It's all coming together. You want to change culture, you just did it. And you've made the point over and over and over, and you're exactly right. The most impressive thing, and I didn't think about it, so you said it, when you look at Trevor Lawrence, the most impressive thing is the guy's lived up to his expectations, heavy expectations since high school. Mm-hmm. He's exceeded those expectations. There's absolutely no reason why somebody would text us on the Lifetime Enclosures text line and say, well, this guy's going to be a bust. He's literally never been a bust.
He's lost one time in his life. Like the craziest thing about this, and I remember, I lost games in high school, lost games in college, obviously, but like one of the hardest things is trying to understand losing. But but the winner's mentality that he has translated in every. I mean, I don't know what he was in Pop Warner, but I know in high school he didn't lose any games in high school.
Did he not?
Oh, maybe it was one. I know he lost. He didn't lose much in high school.
No,
he lost one. He's lost one game or two games in college, and that's it. Like, that's incredible, man.
So if you're sitting here and you're going, well, Trevor Lawrence is going to be a bust. Trevor Lawrence is going to be this, or Trevor Lawrence isn't going to be, like, you literally have no reason to say that. You are making stuff up.
What you're doing is you're going on a probability, which isn't a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's nothing really factual that you can say, that you can present the state that Trevor Lawrence will not be successful outside of other other data. But that's not how you draft, and that's not why you project. I mean, it's kind of, and the reason why I liked him, and like you said, just to kind of go into what I did say, it wasn't just him. It was him and Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
They both have had a tremendous amount of hype, a tremendous amount of media pressure and scrutiny. Justin Fields, even more so when he decided to transfer from Georgia, the reasons why he transferred. No, he might have brought that on himself, but it doesn't matter. It was still there. And they both have been very successful in both places. Two programs that are storied now. Clemson a little bit more as of late. Ohio State has been a blue blood since they identified them.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys have gone to these places. They've won. Trevor Lawrence, in particular case, is even bigger because when you think about who he's like beat out, one, the guy had never lost. Or never, excuse me, he had been in playoffs, and he was the guy who was supposed to be the next person. But Deshaun Watson was not too far removed, and then I forgot his name. Can't even think of the kid's name anymore.
He came in, Kelly Bryant.
Yeah, Kelly Bryant didn't play bad.
No,
he just wasn't as good as Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And before that was Taj Boyd, right? Before Deshaun.
Yeah.
So you had some guys that were pretty damn good that you replaced. It wasn't like you were coming to a program that you resurrected. You came to a program that had a standard. You came to a program that is used to winning, that dethroned the kings of the ACC. If anything, you had the opportunity to be the guy who put them backwards.
Right.
A perfect example locally, my alma mater. Think about Chris Ricks. Think about all the quarterbacks that came through Florida State before Chris Ricks. He followed Chris Winkie. Even had Chris Winkie's jersey number. He had success at Florida State, but it wasn't the success of what the guys had before. They went to 3 straight national championship games. But technically, if you go back and look at the games they played in for the bowls, I believe somebody was saying they could have had 6 in a row if they would have just won that bowl game. So that pressure can fold even with some of the most polished prep prospects. So when you see what he's been able to do on the college level already, and you bring that here, man, that is a shot with the right GM, with the right head coach. Even with I hope we don't keep this. I know we're not keeping Douglas.
No.
But even if we kept Douglas, like him walking into the locker room is completely different than a 6th-round draft pick that has nothing to lose. He's coming in as a guy who has everything to lose, which is his reputation, because he's never lost. He doesn't fathom it. He doesn't understand it. I joked about Urban Meyer today, and I think people didn't understand what I was saying. I had to go and clarify, which means it was a bad joke. Urban hates losing so much that it makes him unhealthy.
Yeah.
Urban lost like a little bit at one season at Florida, and it wasn't the same. And his heart started hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Urban didn't even lose at Ohio State, but he's seeing Alabama. He just can't fathom not being great. So like that's why I'm like, when I think about that, even if it's short term, imagine the guy coming in here. He gets sick when he loses.
You want to be, because the thing about Jacksonville as a city, we love to gripe about national exposure. Like, I mean, we've always been like that here. You want to be the talk of the NFL, you go bring Herbs and Trevor in. Everything's focused around that. You've got 3 primetime games next year. Like that I'm here for that. I'm with you. Even if it's a temporary thing. By the way, Trevor Lawrence, his college record is 32-1. His high school record.
He didn't lose the Syracuse game. Kelly lost that game.
Right.
Okay, yeah, right.
He didn't lose the Notre Dame game.
Right.
His high school record through 4 years of varsity play, he lost 2 times.
So you're talking about a guy who's lost 3 times when it mattered.
Yeah. I think I saw something, and I'd have to add, let me see. I want to say, don't quote me on this, but if I do quick math, he has won something like 77 of his last 79 games as a starting quarterback. He didn't play. We're not talking about like he was at some high school where they were a national powerhouse and he was just running over everybody. He was the reason
that they became as good.
Right. You made all the points about Clemson and they're all dead on, but the high school thing, like he is the one that brought Cartersville to this level. Like when we talk Trevor Lawrence, we're talking 6'6", I don't know, 215, 220 pounds, athletic, going to like kill the combine, kill the process if he wants to. I wouldn't run if I were him.
I'd throw.
Yeah, just to show off.
And do the interviews.
Like he's got every intangible that you want. Yeah, this is the biggest thing to happen in Jacksonville in a long time. A long time. I would make the argument, franchise-wise, it's bigger than 17. I mean, would I rather win than have the number one overall pick? Of course.
Well, this gives you the hope that you'll have more 17s on purpose, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more, just think about this. With 17, 18, 19, so 4 years ago, if I told you Jackson was 4 years removed from an inadvertent whistle from playing in the Super Bowl, would you even believe it?
Yep.
If you couldn't go back and look at the history.
Yep.
So that, and then when you go back, you look 4 years before that. I think they was at the 2 year with Malarkey, or but whatever.
Yeah.
The thing is this: that win, that show 17 was on accident. This right here makes you feel like you could be deliberate. Winning is consistent winning is deliberate. Like it's not and I guess people can say that that's culture and use these buzzwords, things that I hate. I hate it the second most to people giving fake apologies because you don't mean it.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you come in, you have a quarterback. The quarterback sets the tone. When you think about what Peyton Manning done, what Tom Brady's been able to do when he was in New England.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, got developed into that. He's been able to kind of do that in Tampa right now as well. You think about the great quarterbacks; they're able to have people come around, and the wide receivers want to work. They want to be great. Like imagine this. Imagine a world where at 6 Points Academy during the summer, you got Trevor Lawrence and you've got all the wide receivers who are here. They're sweating, they're grinding together.
Yep.
Now they'll go get better individually when it's that time, but they're spending significant amount of time together, getting in the playbook, understanding what is supposed to happen. They have a coach who's dedicated, who's deliberate. You have a quarterback who's dedicated, deliberate. That becomes infectious.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about culture.
It raises everybody.
It's just what happens, man.
Day one, like when he walks through that door, everybody understands what's walking through that door.
The other part of
grown men, they get it though.
Is I heard another radio station with a black guy and a white guy as their host, and he brought up how he hated losing, how losing bothered him. You've got a guy who comes in who's the face, who hates losing because he doesn't understand it. You can't develop the culture. You can't develop a disdain for losing if all you know is being a loser. Somebody has to come in and show you why it's unacceptable to be a loser, and then how not to be a loser. Now, it's tough to put all of that on a rookie now, but it's not that it hasn't happened. I've heard guys like one of my friends and mentors, both as a fullback in the media, William Floyd, talk about when he went to the San Francisco 49ers. They tried to come in and treat him, big league him, because he was a rookie. And he was like, nah, this is how we do. He went full speed, popped somebody in the mouth. And the guy was like, hold up, Rook, that ain't how we do. He said, nah, man, I only know one way. Fresh off of a national championship. Then they went on to win the Super Bowl. But the thing is that you got to get enough of those people. And sometimes it's great to have those high-end rookies from programs like that because they don't know enough to be corrupted yet.
Yep.
They're just dumb enough to come in and believe that they can change and be infectious. And don't hear me in what I'm saying. It ain't that Tim Tebow mess. Mm-hmm. It ain't that Bible thumping like rah, rah, rah. Because I've never heard Trevor Lawrence be like that. Trevor Lawrence seems to just have a presence.
Yeah.
And that's the guys who are the true leaders. Like the people who you always hear talking, them ain't your leaders.
No.
Like half the time we don't even pay attention to them cats.
Whether you're in business or sports, that guy that when they walk into the room, it feels different.
Right.
Like they walk in and the air changes. And I tell our guys this all the time, and I didn't come up with it. I don't know who did, but your energy introduces yourself long before you ever speak.
Facts.
And there's those guys that they just walk in and it's like everybody's like, okay, let's go. Let's ride. That's what we're getting here. Like that's the energy that we're getting here in Jacksonville. On top of It looks like with the Rams losing today, 4 picks in the top, 55? Four of the first 55 draft choices will be here. $100 million to spend. A fan base that's ready to buy tickets right now. Lot J about to start. Like, it just changes the way you look at everything. Let's talk, though, about GM head coach. How attractive is this job? Like, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the lead. It's very attractive. But how attractive, why, and how does this change the Jags and Shad Khan's order of preference? I want to get to all of that coming up next.
I'm Hayes Carline, and what I say goes. Listen to my closing argument presented by the personal injury law firm of Harrell & Harrell weekdays on The Frangie Show. Can you handle the truth?
se-ortho.com, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Favorite doctors, like my favorite doctors that I've ever worked with is at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Why? Because they've helped me with my knee without having to operate on it. Like, I'm literally running 4 and 5 miles a day now, when this time last year I could barely walk, and no surgery. I've done no surgery. That's what Southeast Orthopedic Specialists do. They work with your schedule. They work with your job, figure out the best treatment for you. Get to se-ortho.com. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
All offers with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish event.
Think how great it'll feel when you pull up to the house knowing you got the deal of the year on a brand new car, truck, or SUV from your friends at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Drive home happy in a new 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited from just $269 a month. How about a brand new Grand Cherokee from only $289 a month? Take advantage of employee pricing plus and save up to $11,000 off MSRP on a brand new Ram 1500 Crew Cab. $11,000. Get 0% financing. Make no payments for 90 days. Save up to $4,000 on Dodge Journey. Get up to $5,000 off a new Jeep Compass. Call ahead for a test drive and we'll have the vehicle of your choice ready and waiting when you get here. Can't make it in? We'll bring the test drive to you. See our inventory at number1cjd.com. Choose from the best selection and save. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
Hey Jacksonville, Chick-fil-A Catering is here to help make it a little easier for you to bring the family together this holiday season. Whether you need a full meal, a side dish, or dessert, choose from a variety of trays like Chick-fil-A nuggets, mac and cheese, and brownies. Perfect for any size get-together, and you can easily order through the Chick-fil-A app. Place your contactless order in the app, online, or by calling ahead, then pick up your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Take one thing off your plate this holiday season and bring the smiles to your family gathering with Chick-fil-A.
Frank Franzi here for Big Chief Tire. Your family's safety is important to the experts at Big Chief Tire. Don't let your vehicle's needs become out of sight and out of mind. Big Chief Tire's trusted team of experienced technicians will provide a free estimate after a vehicle inspection, so you can get back on the road and drive with confidence at a price that suits your budget. Verify your vehicle's safety before you get behind the wheel. Visit any of their 4 convenient Jacksonville locations or schedule an appointment by visiting BigChiefService.com.
Kickoff 2021 at the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl.
Number 23 NC State Wolfpack and the Kentucky Wildcats.
Saturday, January 2nd at TIAA Bank Field. Get tickets at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com or call 904-633-2000.
You're ready to get back into yoga, so you order the essentials. A non-slip mat, yoga blocks to keep balance, and an exercise ball. And you use your Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping and up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member, which you put towards your most essential yoga gear. Noise-canceling headphones.
Welcome. Take a deep breath. Breathe.
Apply for yours at bankofamerica.com/more-rewarding. Copyright 2020 Bank of America Corporation.
Rediscover the comfort of being home. Prosser here. Lifetime Enclosures can help with sunrooms, screen enclosures, lanai conversions, outdoor kitchens, you name it. They got it. My parents invested in their comfort with Lifetime Enclosures. They love their new and improved outdoor space. By coming into their showroom, you can enjoy up to an additional $450 in savings at Lifetime Enclosures. Their staff observes all CDC guidelines and social distancing. And don't forget to stop by Lifetime Flooring next door. Tell them Jeff sent you. License CRC 028471.
Dave Benyon here with Zero Res. Wow, can you believe that Christmas is right around the corner? I asked my wife what she wants, and she said the same thing she does every year. She wants a clean home full of family and friends. That means the carpets, the tile and grout in the kitchen, the large Oreo rug in the family room, and the huge sectional sofa that everyone hangs out on all need a good Zero Res cleaning. If you need some cleaning done, give Zero Res a call. Right now, get your carpets cleaned for only $43 per room. Zero Res, spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Here around 1010XL, there are a couple things that you know we love. We love sports, and man, do we love to eat. And when it comes to eating, Daly's Dash is the perfect pit stop for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They make their sandwiches with more meats and more cheeses, just the way we like them. And right now, on special, 2 piled high biscuits, 2 for just $5. Daly's also sources and roasts their own top quality coffee beans. Daly's Dash, because more is better.
If you've been injured, you need a local law firm and attorney with experience. I'm Julie Harrell. I grew up in Jacksonville and have been a personal injury attorney for nearly 20 years. Call Harrell & Harrell, 251-1111. Offices, Jacksonville.
Contractors need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete, Recycling and Demo, 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJacks.com. That's CustomConcreteJacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is the Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Hopefully all of you had a wonderful Christmas. Heading towards the new year. 2020 ended up not being all bad.
Nah.
Here in Jacksonville.
Not at all.
Always be celebrating ABC. Give out ABC. Finish out 2020 with ABC. Bring in 2021 with ABC. In fact, let's just make this thing a party all the way up till draft.
Might as well. We got to make sure we go there. Do we want to just use the kickback spot to do our show, our anniversary, and then just have some ABC?
What spot?
The quick draw rapid testing.
Oh,
just call it a kickback.
Oh,
because the lounge area is kind of nice. Doesn't look like it. I just figured it's easier.
I don't care. That's 6 years. A week from now.
Yeah.
A week from tonight, we have been on air somehow for 6 years. I don't know. We never thought we'd make it to 6 years, but we
definitely wasn't sure after the first couple shows. Speaking of, the reason I brought that up is because Cigar Czar says James must be interviewing for the Jags GM tonight. Got some comments on it. The Jags Super Bowl within 4 years. My man Michael Krause.
I like it.
Eric Floyd. I'll give you that. I'll ask that a little bit later because I know we got something that we teased. But that's a good question, though. Marone has millions in a Swiss bank account today, courtesy of Shah Khan.
I hope he does.
And Denny, before we get into that, are you wearing Cowboys gear?
No.
On this day?
No.
That was Elijah Wan Wright asked that. I guess the colors.
No. Oh, I got you. No, it's just an Under Armour hoodie. Yeah, so it's interesting because at the break, we were just looking at different Twitters and Twitter handles. Trevor Lawrence has 150,000 followers?
160.
160, whatever it is. And we're talking about the difference in the college and pro game. We think college football is a really big deal, like in the South. It is a huge deal in the South. But it's not.
No, you were right, 140.
Okay, it's not even in the same league as the NFL. When it comes to pressure, popularity, all that kind of stuff, because we're living it here, we think it is. But by comparison, Patrick Mahomes has 1.5 million.
When you think about the Chiefs fan base, they're rabid. Like it's to us in the South.
Well, look at Gardner. What does Gardner have?
That's a good question. I'm
going to look that up now. I guarantee Gardner has more than 150,000. I would guess.
130.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, Jacksonville, the state of Florida is tough because the college programs are so much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, the Falcons just haven't been good. But the Chiefs are one of the OG teams, the originals. My grandmother, my grandmother kind of likes college, but she likes football in general. Even to this day, like when she was here for Christmas, excuse me, she was like, "Hey, what channel the game's on?" Because she was in a hotel because she didn't want to come be around. She's older. She wanted to be comfortable. But I had to make sure that with previous, like basically she could push one button and go back and forth between the channels for the games.
Mm-hmm.
But she loves her Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
She watches the Eagles religiously every Sunday to the point where my uncle even calls to make sure that she knows what channel the game is on because she'll cuss us all out. But again, so that's what I'm saying. So she's in the mid 80s. So the fan base really grows.
Yeah.
But unless you have somebody who went to the school that you like, or somebody really introduced you to it, it's kind of not the same. Like nobody cares about. I mean, we care.
Well,
I don't mean
that exponential growth is like what we have been anticipating in Jacksonville since the team got here. And the issue is like when you look at the team, if you were born when the team got here, well, you're 30 years old now.
Right.
Right. So they've been here long enough that guys my age think it was yesterday, but it's been a while.
Right.
We've never had that sustained winning, we're going to use it again, culture that allowed for people to just demand tickets. Like, if I want to go to a game, I can go to a game.
Right.
What happens is in Green Bay and in Pittsburgh and places like that, there's a waiting list. And so you can stomach a year or two of a bad year because you spent your whole life getting on this waiting list to get in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what we're hoping happens with Trevor Lawrence is now as Shad Khan starts interviewing for GM, head coach, things like that. That's the main selling point. The main selling point is you want to come to Jacksonville, great weather, no state income taxes. We've got $100 million. We've got 4 picks in the top 55, whatever it turns out to be. But the thing that trumps all of that is we have our quarterback. We have the guy that for the past 3 years, the entire NFL has drooled over. We have the guy that 6 months ago, people were talking about, is Bill Belichick going to tank in New England to get him? Would that be playing chess? Like, that is the very first page of your trifold brochure when you are sending this out to the best of the best GM and coaches is Trevor Lawrence.
You're putting guys on hold.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to getting put on hold.
Exactly. Instead of going and getting the new up-and-comer, the next big thing at head coach and GM, you are the big thing. You're it. Like, you can look at the other ones that are right now have that level of excitement. It's people who have coaches that aren't going to get fired. Kansas City's not firing Andy Reid. This is how excited Kansas City is year-round about football season. Right? Seattle's not firing Pete Carroll. Like, you just jumped from 31st to 32nd on the fan excitement meter to top 5.
You're also getting you're going to get a new influx of fans, right? Because one, you're in what they originally thought probably when they built the Jack. Put it in Jacksonville. It's 2.5 hours from Tallahassee.
Yep.
Depending on where you're at, maybe 3, pushing it. You're 2 hours from Orlando. You're about that from Gainesville, hour and a half from Gainesville.
Hour and a half. Yep.
You're not that. You're hour and a half from Daytona.
You're 2 hours from South Georgia, over.
South Carolina, not South Carolina. Excuse me, Savannah.
Yep.
You've got a bunch of places that have good football, or they've got a football culture. South Georgia has the Friday Night Lights is huge there, so people can go do what they need to do, and then you're figuring they'll drive over, like after, which is a lot. Trust me, covering 2 teams is a lot.
Yep.
But now you've got arguably, and Clemson fan, forgive me because I don't know your history. You were losers when I was playing for the most part. But you've got one of the most iconic players, if not the most iconic player in your program's history. You guys are all a huge fan of him.
Yeah, no doubt.
So when he goes to the Jaguars, unless you are one of those fans who just like a big Carolina Panthers fan, like how you feel about the Jags, they feel about the Panthers. You're probably going to at least have some interest in Sundays.
Yep.
Just like I joked about when Jameis Winston, me and my family, wherever he got drafted, that's who we were rooting for.
Yep.
Didn't matter what I do for a living.
And you were going to take your son to watch games.
I was going to say if he would have been a little bit better,
right?
We would have committed to go there. The Clemson fans are probably going to be the exact same way. My son has an energy. He likes to. He's a native of They were born here. He likes it. I get him Jaguars jersey. They give him Patriot stuff too because they want to indoctrinate him. That's where his mom's from. But he likes the Jaguars because he's from Jacksonville. So now, of course, he's going to want a Trevor Lawrence jersey. Of course, Clemson, South Carolina, Clemson fans are going to want a Trevor Lawrence jersey. Now that energy makes you the top pick of anybody.
Oh, no doubt.
Was it Lamping? Is that the guy who yelled at us and told us that we stink in every category? No.
Oh, yeah,
Tom Coughlin yelled at us because he was mad at Jalen and basically mad at Florida State. Lamping basically told us that we're losers as a city, and if we don't get it together, we out of here. We got to be out of here. Now, Trevor comes in, completely new energy, jerseys, which helps with revenue sales. Tickets, I'm sure people, if they ain't called now, they're going to be calling over the next couple of weeks as it looks like we're going to get Trevor.
I would anticipate a price increase.
Definitely.
And if you don't do it, then you're not doing it right, Jack.
More and more people are going to be coming here to do interviews and try to figure out the landscape.
Games.
Definitely primetime games. And what I saw when somebody put up Trevor dropping back into a touchdown was a post, and it was wide open, led the guy really good. The minute that happens, the entire city's going to erupt.
Oh, no doubt.
And it's just going to be it's a fun time. And the cool thing about it, it's a fun time with no matter what. He's a rookie, so he can literally go. It could be a Cowboys type year. It could be a Peyton Manning Cowboys with Troy Aikman type year. Yeah. It could be a Peyton Manning with Indy type year. But
I don't think it will be.
I don't think it will be either. But with the level of excitement, and then it really depends on what you do with those next 3 picks. There's so much in this draft that there are question marks because of the COVID year, but there's talent, there's depth at the pass rusher position, I believe at the linebacker position. You need an offensive lineman. You got to figure out what you want to do with these 2 guys here. I don't think they're any good, but they're not as bad as I want to say, but they're just not any good at the same time. You could get an upgrade, is what I'm saying. Finding another wide receiver, but the damnedest thing with all of it is that you can literally play Madden here because you've got damn near unlimited cap space. You've got way more than everybody else. So that savvy veteran wide receiver that you believe may have another resurgence, you could go get him. You bring a savvy veteran that can actually really move the chains. We don't need a guy to stretch the field. We got those. What we need is a guy that can get open at any given moment. You get that guy, boom, you're automatically your passing game increases.
Would you go so far as to say that if this would have been the situation 3 years ago, we would still have Jalen, we would still have Unique and Ngakoue?
Without a doubt.
I would too.
Who leaves this energy?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it's because the people that benefit, it's not just Trevor. Trevor's about to be a multi-bajillionaire. And I believe Trevor's going to live up to the hype. I have no hate in me in this. Who benefits from this just as much of those other 52. Like they become part of a culture that if you think back to that Seattle Sunday night game, you think back to that Buffalo playoff game, who doesn't want to play? Like you can make the argument that fans don't affect a game as much as fans think they do, but there is an energy, and who doesn't want to play if given the choice in that energy? And who doesn't want to live in that city? And who doesn't want to have to kick and fight for tickets to a game that's in demand? Like that is a place that people want to play for. And here's what I think it does right away. I think it's already done it. I think it kind of almost reassesses Shad Khan's goals. I think Shad Khan now sits up and goes, well, wait a second. Because you got to remember, he's not a football guy.
Right.
He sits up and he goes, wait a second now. This can be a cash cow. This is something I've got to groom.
I think that was always the goal. So Jalen is hot. Jalen's cool. Jalen brings a energy, right? I'm gonna be honest with you though. That energy doesn't sell corporate sponsorships.
Right.
That energy doesn't move people. A young, vibrant, long-haired quarterback that has an energy does. That does move the needle. Now, if you had that with Jalen, completely different thing. But like now, Trevor's not going to be the guy that goes and promotes your nightlife.
Right.
That doesn't seem to be his style.
Right.
But now you go out and you find that cue any given Sunday. You bring in your quarterback. He's a steady guy. He's the pillar. You build it. You bring in not saying him, but an OBJ type guy that's making the dazzling catches, that goes out, can dance, do the TikTok, whatever. That brings in another element. It attracts stuff to Lot J. Winners attract that. Again, it changes the entire attitude of the city that follows the sports team. And even if you don't follow the sports team, somebody around you does, and that makes it more popping. So, and then nowadays, are the people who say, "Oh, you lose the money not being in a large market." 20 years ago, yes. Not now. Not with the way social media is. Not heck. We just had a boy who gets on my nerves win a freaking was it AP award for a song that he made
on Twitter.
On Twitter, basically.
Yep.
Like you could do anything, and you could do it from Jacksonville. But if Shad Khan does it, and he's got the biggest thing with all business, no matter how bright your idea is, if you have money and a platform behind it, it can grow exponentially. You can be in New York all you want. Shad Khan's one of the top 100. He's at least one of the richest owners in the NFL. And one thing that man wants to do is build businesses, and he's got an effective interest in making sure downtown Jacksonville grows. So now I think he wanted to do it with Gardner. I just think Gardner didn't work. He just wasn't any good.
Right.
Now and Trevor, I doubt he will. But I'm saying Trevor might not be any good. But you got 3 to 4 years to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get everything that you want before you find out if he's not any good. And if he is good, holy crap.
Yep. 343 makes a good point. He says there's a ton of media credentials waiting to be requested right now. Absolutely right.
Right.
We're going to walk in that press box next year. The food's going to be different. I guarantee you.
I can't wait.
Food's going to be different. We're not going to have 4 spaces to spread out. It's
going to be tight.
It's going to be me, just like it was, you and Leon.
And then they'll put Hacker. They're going to put Hacker on the other side.
Yep. And then and those are 4 guys that like
it's got some
need some room. Need some room, but it's gonna be squeezed.
Kids are going to be killing themselves. Kids are going to be killing themselves to get next to the sun.
That's right. No, bump that. They're going to be selling them tickets.
They're going to
bump them kids.
You're going to see MFTK Teal in black. Man, like, dude, I'm sitting here thinking I'm driving. And you know how you had to kind of, hey, James, man, they just got us these media credentials, man. You got to come to one practice.
Yeah.
You like you elbowing me to bring your ass to practice, James. I'm going to be at practice.
Oh, no doubt.
Because
that first mini camp. Ooh.
Now that they got I can't do the TikTok, but they got the reels on IG. And I know a lot of my haters like believe that I'm some kind of beat writer for FSU and don't understand that it's bigger than FSU. Oh, I'm gonna be there all the time flexing and say, hey, I Jaguar NFL credentials here. See it? It's really nice. Got my stuff. Can't wait.
You just hit the nail on the head.
I can't wait to go to the draft this year.
Yeah, we need to make that happen.
I literally like it's just like because
it's even in Cleveland and we want to go.
Yeah, it's like Christmas.
Yep.
Like I know a toy. I know it's gonna be a dope ass toy under that tree. I might break it, but it's gonna be a dope ass toy when I get it.
You just said something though, because you were talking about people think you're a beat writer for FSU or something
like
that.
Which I'm not.
I know, but see what this does is like now you love FSU. I love college football. I'd rather talk about this.
Without a doubt.
I'm way more excited about the Jags season next year than I am the Gators season, the Noles season. Now, I've got my guys, and I'm excited about them.
Right.
But as far as what can I not wait to see, I love Emory Jones, love Anthony Richardson. I'm going to be dialed into what Trevor Lawrence is doing.
I'll tell you this much. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about now because right now it's redundant. I get why FSU fans think that there's a disdain with me and my university. Because every Saturday and Sunday, I say the same thing. All week, I say this stinks. Losers. Blah. You can't differentiate. You don't know if you don't know.
Yep.
You don't know that I'm not talking about these losers anymore. I'm talking about these losers. So you don't know which one. See, now you'll know. The tone will be different.
Dude, the first mini camp practice is going to be lit. Like, I mean, think about it. NFL Network will be there. We'll all be there. Like, it's going to have an energy of mini camp we haven't seen ever, because in 2017, we didn't know what was coming in the preseason. So none of us were even out there like that then.
Mm-hmm.
This year is going to be a whole new thing. Do we have a guest next segment? Have you heard back?
No, I'll call. I'll text, but he didn't respond.
Okay. Then I definitely won't promote that right now. All right. So here's what I want to do, though, is the schedule for next year is almost set. We know who we're playing home. We know who we're playing away. We're going to start to talk about head coaches, but I want to make a stronger case. I actually want to spend some time on Urban Meyer. I want to make a stronger case because I am extremely intrigued by that, and I heard Coach Campo on the show before us talking about Urban Meyer.
Okay.
And so I want to dive into a little bit of that as well. And I know Doug Marone's still the coach, but y'all just stick with me. And I also want to get to the text line because it is popping tonight. So I want to get to that as well. We've got so much to do tonight, and we're excited to do it. We'll be right back.
Stay connected to Gainesville with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish event.
We're celebrating with employee pricing for all at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. You pay what our employees pay. Save up to $11,000 off a brand new Ram. And that's not all.
Get 0% financing.
Make no monthly payments for 90 days. Get more for your trade and save for the holiday. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Hey guys, this is Ashlyn Sullivan, and I want to take a break here because I'm so excited to talk to you all about this experience Eric Den and I are hosting this season called Jags at Home. The Jaguars are actually giving away $2,500 every quarter of every game to whoever predicts the outcome of the game most accurately. That's $10,000 every single game. If you think you know football and the Jaguars, join us for every home and away game at jagsathome.com.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Hope Haven believes in children and youth with special needs and abilities and has developed programs to help ensure their success. Find out more about their employment services and internship program at hope-haven.org.
Big Brothers Big Sisters nurtures local kids and strengthens communities. You build positive relationships that have a lasting effect on young people. Get involved at bbbs.org.
Habitat for Humanity helps families build and improve their homes. If you want to build a better Jacksonville, visit habitat.org.
Join Jacksonville's City Rescue Mission to help transform the lives of the homeless and needy. crmjax.org.
First Coast YMCA helps develop Jacksonville's youth. You can help our children find a better future at fcymca.org.
If you're involved with a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, visit our website to find out how at 1010XL.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
Firefighters, paramedics, police officers. They take care of us, and at AMCO, we're proud to take care of them. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. As an essential business, we work on every kind of car repair with flexible financing and extra safety precautions. Essential, reliable, trusted. That's the men and women who are there for us, and it's our honor to be there for them. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia. AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care.
This is Coach Ellen Darley with Darley's Plumbing. Now, I've seen plenty of guys who want to tackle their own plumbing work. And sure, some can. But when the backups just don't make the cut, you need the starting team at Darley's Plumbing. We do it all. Any large or small plumbing jobs. Plus, we have 24-hour emergency service. So we'll be there when you need us. When your home field needs plumbing work, bring in the all pros at Darley's Plumbing. where quality counts. Find us online at darleysplumbing.com. License number CFC 056702.
Business has changed, but at Ameris Bank, our commitment to partnership remains steady. Local businesses are the heartbeat of our community, and they'll need new tools to operate successfully. Contactless payments, remote deposit, e-commerce platforms, and more. We're here to make sure you have what you need to operate in today's climate. Let's get back to business together. Learn more at amerisbank.com/back-to-business. Ameris Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is your Mad Dad's Update with Chapter President Donald Ford. It is 2020, and we've had any number of murders and shootings. We're well on the way to being the murder capital of Florida per capita population again. How can we stop it? Glad you asked. When the men stop murmuring and complaining, get up off the couch watching sports, drinking and belching, and say enough is enough, I can't take anymore, I'm going to join forces with Mad Dads, and we take our city back from murder and violence. Murder and violence has no color, it has no demographic location, it is all over the city. We've got to galvanize together and take our city back. Hit me on Facebook and tell me what you think. Mad Dads, the force behind the change. For more information about Mad Dads, go to Mad Dads Jacksonville Chapter Facebook or maddadsjacksonville.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Victory Cigars. That's what we need. From thehumidor.com.
Get on that. Cigars are what's a good smoke for a victory to celebrate that's cost effective that we can get from thehumidor.com.
Yeah, that we can. It's cost effective that we can get enough of to last us the next 4 months.
Right, because you got to celebrate.
Right. Get to thehumidor.com for all of your cigar needs. Huge selection of cigars, already low prices. And then if you type in sportsden, all lowercase, all one word, when you check out, you're going to get 20% off.
Comes in handy.
Yeah, absolutely. That's almost as good a news as Trevor.
Yeah.
How about the energy changes so much that we, the Sports Den, are about to take a call.
Okay. Is it a big time call?
Sunday night. Well, I wouldn't just take like a random drunk call.
I heard Dolphin Gary called in. I thought he was dead.
Yeah, and it's not Dolphin Gary.
Oh, okay.
This is Mayor Lenny Curry.
Whoa.
Mr. Mayor Curry, how you doing, my man?
I think I'm in the danger zone right now. Good to be with you guys.
A little bit. James said, hey, yeah, I'm going to text him like, are you sure? Are you sure that he wants to come on right now? Like, are we sure about this? But it's so good to have you. Like, you got to be excited. You got to be stoked.
I'm torn. There's no scenario where I root for any organization that I care about losing. And when the season was early on and people were rooting for the losses, I just wasn't there because I didn't know. There was no guarantee we were going to have the first pick. It was last week that it dawned on me that this is real, that we're going to get the first pick if we lose. And I'm still not rooting for losses.
Well, now you don't have to.
Jets keep winning, right? It's over. That's right. It's over. That's right.
Now we can all pull for a victory next week. But I mean, listen, even the biggest Jag fan, you have to recognize the significance of this. And who knows what the future is going to behold. But like we've been saying, the energy in the city has completely done a 180 in the last 2 weeks.
Total shift.
Yeah, completely. And that carries on to off the field, right? Like that's one of those things that you always hear people say, well, if you want viability, you want all this kind of stuff, then you need to win. Well, this is one of those situations where Trevor Lawrence energy is going to have a direct correlation with the growth of Jacksonville, the growth of business, and everything going on around the stadium, you would hope.
You can feel it. I know in my job, when we were winning in 2017, it's like nothing I've ever experienced. I couldn't walk into a place where people weren't Not even talking about football. They were just happy about everything because the team was winning. It was that simple.
Like
It's a big deal to have. It's a big deal to have an NFL team in your city. People, there's critics that downplay it and put it down. It's a big, big deal. And when they're winning, or even the hope of winning, which what we have right now with a first-round pick, it's pretty special.
Yeah, like you were on like NFL Network. You were like on like all kinds of stuff. Like you had almost. Did they pay you for that, or did you just like wake up and do? Because at a certain point, you gotta be like, hey,
I wish they did.
When you get me on more than once, you got to give me money.
Actually, I don't care. They didn't. I don't care. It was fun. It was just fun. It was fun. It was cool, man. It was really good for the city. Good exposure, fun times, and I think we're headed back in that direction. I really believe that this is. Look, you never know. You guys are much better at this than I am in terms of evaluating talent. I'm just a fan that kind of pops off, but you guys know what you're talking about. We have a unique opportunity here. This guy may be special, right?
Well, I think, and I think Hacker said it best earlier. Like at the end of the day, you have two options. You can pick him or not pick him, and everybody would pick to pick him. And regardless of what you think his future beholds, like this is the biggest prospect that the NFL has seen in at least the last decade.
Facts.
Absolutely.
And he's going to, we say this with certainty, but he's going to reside in the Jacksonville area, and he's going to have a Jaguar uniform at a time, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, Mayor Curry, but I'll say it, at a time when it is desperately needed as a franchise. That shot of energy, I don't think has ever been needed more in Jacksonville than it's needed right now.
100% right now. You have forces, you have got people that are against like just attacking the organization unrelated to football, but it all comes back to football. So yeah, it's a pretty special time. And Denny, you know better than anybody. I mean, look, you know how to evaluate that position. And you have a better take than probably anybody in the city, maybe anybody, dare I say, I go further than to say in the country.
Well, I listen, I can't, people ask me all the time, what's his weakness? I don't know. And I've been watching the kid since he was a 10th grader. I've watched him like a ton since he was a sophomore.
I got to stop you right there. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
People need to digest what you just said. You've been watching this guy since he was in 10th grade. Mm-hmm. That's how special, it's like what you do, people need to understand that your opinion matters because you're not a guy that just jumps on the wagon and talks about what's happening right now. This is what you do for a living.
We need to have
and it's really annoying. I'm going to be honest with you because we were like doing our show, and then one day, like, then he comes in and it's just like, I saw the first number 1 and number 2 overall draft picks in 3 years. Like, dude, they're freaking seniors in high school. Who the hell cares? It's like, nah, that's just Trevor Lawrence, kid. Like, this Trevor Lawrence. It's like, the dude with the Jesus hair? Like, shut up. Like, I don't care. Like, he's not any good. It's like, he looks like Ann Coulter. He's not going to be, he looks like a girl. He's not going to be any good.
Did you just say Ann Coulter?
Yeah, so I mean, he's just like, I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. And then that's really where I'm the most amazed by. It's not, yes, okay, athletic ability, huge. I got news for everybody. And this is what you could tell if you haven't. Watch the Cleveland Browns game. Well, if you don't have anything to do, watch the Browns-Jets game. What you'll see is a Cleveland Browns team that literally lost an entire segment this week. Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
there is a difference between elite and the non-elite. But they're all talented. It's really a mindset. It's can you handle the rigors day in and day out of and the grind of putting your body through something, the media aspect, the fan aspect, balancing your own family, having fun. Like really, most people get burnt out by the off the field things and not football. If it was just football, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. But what Trevor has been what Trevor's been able to do, and I guess you could probably speak to this. I'm sure it's some of that in politics as well. But what Trevor's been able to do is have a spotlight on him since he was in high school, all through college, and now coming in knowing he started this year. Really, we could say he started his sophomore year after he won the national championship.
Yep.
Knowing that when he left, he was going to be the number 1 overall pick. A lot of people fold with that kind of microscope on him.
Yeah.
So that's
what's important. Most people don't know, James. Most people don't know that. What you just said, I didn't know that, and I'm more than just the average fan. Like I didn't realize how far back this went.
Yeah. No, he has been He's the LeBron James of the quarterback position. That's what Trevor Lawrence is. There, I can't think of anybody, past, present, or even future at this point, that's had bigger expectations than what Trevor Lawrence has had put on him since he went 15-0 his sophomore year in high school. Like that's how big. Now, Mayor, we've got to do this. We've got to tie this into Lot J and
Right, because that's what I have. I have political
Please
questions.
do. Yeah,
Yes, because I
absolutely.
need us to use all of this. We're in this together.
Yeah, and here's James and I are pro Lot J. Now, we've got a disclaimer on this. Can we add some of the old renderings back in now with Trevor? Like, can we get some of the old shipyard stuff
Like,
back
I want
involved?
I want a waterfall that just has a picture of Trevor in it. Is that a bit?
Let's do. I'm in. Let's figure it out together. Let me say a serious thing though, for your listeners. There are forces against Lot J. Some of those forces are legitimate questions, and I get it. That's like, why are we doing this much money with all the issues we have in the city? And I can answer that in a longer conversation. We've invested a ton of money in infrastructure. But a lot of this is political. There's political forces opposing this. There's newspaper columns today attacking Shad Khan personally, calling him a tiny billionaire. In our newspaper. That is embarrassing. The guy came from Pakistan to the United States of America with nothing in his pocket and has made billions of dollars and is the first minority owner of an NFL team. And our local paper is attacking him? That's an embarrassment. We need to stand against that.
So let me ask you this, though. So when we talk about Shad Khan, we talk about the Jaguars. We're coming off of an offseason before COVID hit us where there was an announcement of 2 London games. There was there was a lot of things going the opposite direction, and then COVID came and turned us all upside down.
It did.
What does Lot J specifically and potentially long-term, short-term, a new stadium and all the other development, Mosh and all that, what does all that do to prevent things from going to 8 games in Jacksonville to 6 games in Jacksonville? Like, how does that help the Jags stay the Jacksonville Jaguars? Tell us, dig down and tell us how that works.
Well, let me talk numbers and then I'll talk vision. The first thing is the team has said since they've been here that we're a small market and they have to be economically viable. And we as outsiders can debate what that means. That's not up to us. That's not our business decision. The business decision is with the owner and those that advise the owner. And as part of that decision, they have a couple games in London. They have the amphitheater. Now they want to do Lot J. And they tell us, and I believe them, that this is how we build an economically viable franchise. Again, I want to say this. If you disagree with that, doesn't matter. They're business people, right? We have to decide if we want to be an NFL city, and if this is their business model, are we in or are we out? But the bigger vision is we are building an entire new neighborhood on the east side of downtown Jacksonville that will lift everybody up. And I believe in it. And I think that, we've got to move past the old school thinking of we can't do it for this reason and that reason. I'm just tired of it. Like, let's make a decision. Let's move on and get things done.
My question is this: what does one person have to do to get the key to the city, and can we give it to somebody before they're even in the city? Can we and does the key
overnight it to Trevor now?
And does the key to the city open every door in the city, or what is that? Can I
Who do you want the key? Yeah, who do you want the key?
I'm trying to put that in the package to get Trevor to make sure he's enticed to come.
You got no. That's like, we all know this, right? James, you know this. You played ball, man. You pull back, rolling it down in FSU, crushing heads. Before you get the key to the city, you got to perform on the field.
Facts. Okay. All right. You know what? That's right. Fair. That's fair. Yes, that's fair. I was just trying to make sure.
You get a key to the city, man.
Oh, we did sportsden easy.
Yeah, you give us the key to the city. We're gonna be rambunctious now. When you're on your way out, and there's nothing else that you want to do, just slide us in, so that you can't get no repercussions.
So I don't want to go from laughing.
Next mayor will veto that.
Yes, they would. Yes, I do have a serious question though, Mayor Curry. I will admit that a couple of months ago, I was on here saying, okay, let's give tax money in exchange for wins. They for every 5 wins, they get whatever million.
I saw that.
Let's negotiate that way. So
I bit my tongue.
I know you did. I'm going to back away from that, but I am going to ask you this. Is there a way that when this is being built that we as a city can be assured and almost locked in that the Jags are not going to go anywhere if as a city, as a family, we're committing to this Lot J and ultimately a bigger project?
Denny, that's a great question. And I'll say there is never a guarantee that an NFL team will consider leaving your city. There is no guarantee there. The NFL is a special thing. There's a handful of cities that have it when you look at all the states around our country. But I do know this. Like, I've spent enough time with Shad and his leadership team that they believe in our city. But they're also business people. I 100% believe that they are committed to the city of Jacksonville.
And
however, but hold on, like any relationship, let's put numbers aside. A city cannot continue to pound on an organization and treat them like crap, like some of our media does. At some point, that, like any relationship, right? If you're in a marriage and the person is always pounding on you and destroying you and putting you down and calling you personal names, it wears on you. And I'm speaking. This is me speaking. This isn't them speaking. This city has to freaking grow up. We are still a small market. We have an NFL team, and we need to decide that we want to be an NFL team. I go back to the old days when we got the team, man. When Carl Cannon ran the local paper, they were proponents of. They were believers in getting this team. They were still objective. These days, some of our local media, they are just nasty nonsense. You got a guy that's a billionaire that owns our team, and he's getting attacked nonstop. It's got to stop.
Okay, what? And we'll
My
let you
opinion.
go. We'll let you go after
I'm
this.
sorry,
I
I'm
don't.
editorial.
No. This is what the sports is about. I love it. So, just if you don't want to answer that's fine, and I understand. At what point do we as a city have to look at the product on the field from our business perspective? Meaning, we as a city want to be proud of being an NFL city. We want the 2017 Duval chance. We want that city pride. Don't come in these stands. You're not going to Ron Artest us.
Right.
Like, all that kind of stuff is what comes along with winning. And I think that's what wears on citizens, right? Is the constant losing.
100%. We need to win football games. And I go back
and do these things mesh is where I'm getting to. Does Lot J mean winning more football games? Does that mean more resources for ownership? Does that mean bigger free agents? Like, how do you see?
No, I don't think winning Lot J doesn't mean winning more football games. Like, look, Shad Khan has given the leadership of this organization. He's not in the weeds. He's not trying to make every decision. He understands that there are professionals that know how to draft people and put people, and then coaches make decisions. Lot J is about being financially stable in this city. Mm-hmm. But the other part of your question is, yeah, we need to win football games. I mean, I can remember being a fan long before I was in this office. I remember my father-in-law, who lives in Buffalo, visiting. We went to a Jag game. This is before Shad owned the team, just before. I don't remember what year it was, but I remember sitting in the stands and being embarrassed because it was so damn quiet because there was no product on the field. Mm-hmm. And this predated this ownership.
Right.
At the same time, I want this team here, no matter what, man. It's an NFL team, right? I mean, and you guys do your job. That's what we should absolutely, as fans and as talking heads and pundits, talk all the crap we need to when they're not winning. But we should still be supportive of them when they're investing in our city and trying to make this a sustainable economic organization in our city.
Denny brought up, and this would be my last thing, and you asked who we should give the key to the city, and Denny brought the refresh my mind. Can we get those two guys like back into the stadium? the come in these stands and catch these hands, guys, because they need to be exalted. They are.
Can we pardon them?
Yeah, we need to pardon them. Like, I don't like the guy was coming at them. Now, they did catch him in the head with a bottle.
Do you know what we're talking about?
No.
The two,
Okay, the Seahawks game.
Yeah.
When the player tried to run up in the stands, and the two heroes.
Well, that's what I think.
Heroes of Jacksonville.
So, by the way, before you finish the story, I got to tell you, my seat before COVID, and I'll go back next year. My seat, I was there. I was face to face with that dude trying to come fight with us.
Did you stand
up?
up?
Ready to go to
That's
war.
what I'm talking about. Okay.
See, and you had two heroes right there beside you that then went on the news the night after, and next thing you know, they get banged from the stadium. They're not allowed in. That's when the losing started.
It did. It kind of went downhill.
That dude was coming at us. My family was there. We were all ready to go to war. I'm with you, man.
We will send you the pictures of the two gentlemen.
I don't know their names. They obviously the Jacks do, but we heard that we've tried to interview them. We've tried to get them on, but they need to be like a mural needs to be made, like maybe painted like on the side of the Jaguar, like just to put it right there. But if you come into these stands, you kiss these hands.
Seats.
Oh, there we go.
Those are my seats. If I had thrown my beer from my seat, I would have hit that dude in the head.
See, you may be good friends with these. We may be this. We may have just unlocked the curse right here on the sports.
That might be where that not the car thing that the person came.
No,
that's it. But that's the curse right there.
Mayor Curry, we
Hey guys,
appreciate
Merry
it, man.
Christmas, Happy New Year. Good to be with you guys.
No, awesome stuff. And anytime you want to come on the Sports Den, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
That's Mayor Lenny Curry joining the Sports Den on a Sunday night. Doesn't get any better than that. Let's take a break. We're going to bypass 8 o'clock because we got too much other good stuff to talk about. We'll be right back.
Let's have lunch with Leon.
Butt cheeks are tight.
Former Jacksonville Pro Bowler Leon Searcy is serving up lunch on XL Primetime.
Tight butt cheeks, never a good thing.
Brought to you by Wingstop. Weekdays from noon till 1:30 on 1010XL.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their positions. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialist at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
Start off this football season with $50 off a set of Yokohama tires. Mike Dempsey here for Tire Outlet. Tire Outlet has 12 locations all over Northeast Florida and literally wholesale prices to the public and full automotive repair. It's your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. But right now, for $50 off a set of Yokohama tires, go to tireoutlet.com/offers.
Wholesale prices, premium service, Tire Outlet.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In 2017, I was named the DUI Gladiator of the Year by the Florida Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of OrthoEdge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at OrthoEdge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at OrthoEdge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
Lauren Brooks here. If you want a chance to win the holiday grand prize from Fisherman's Dock, text the keyword giveaway to 888-111. There are multiple prizes and winners, but the grand prize is a Yeti 65 cooler and a 50-pound bag of oysters. Once entered, you'll also receive $5 off a 30 or 50-pound oyster bag to use before January 31st. All you got to do is text the keyword giveaway to 888-111. Text 888-111 keyword giveaway. For full contest details and prizes, visit the Fisherman's Dock Facebook page.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Looking for that holiday pet that won't destroy your home? Ocean Reef Pets has salt and freshwater tanks from first tank to expert, and is the largest shop in Northeast Florida with the largest selection. Ocean Reef Pets in Neptune Beach. OceanReefPets.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Continuing our 24/7 Trevor Lawrence talk, at some point we do need to get into the coaching decision. Now that this is as close to official as it can get. Good stuff on the text line as well, the Lifetime Closers text line. 687, do we know how Mad Dad feels about Trevor? Like that, we may need to visit that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll get a chance to ask him, see if he can do a PSA.
Yeah. A lot of people enjoyed the mayor interview there. Appreciate it, Mayor Curry. Thank you for coming on. Let's see. There's so many texts. A lot of people liked your plea for a pardon.
Listen, man, I don't know how we got to get these guys on. I don't know if they listen to our show or like us or whatever it is, but we're fans.
Yes. We only know your names.
Man, we just somebody's got to stand up for Jacksonville.
Yes.
And those guys they're not the heroes we deserve, but they're the heroes. I forgot how that goes, but whatever. They're who we, they're who we got. Whatever. I don't care.
757. He says, you know what I'm excited for? Being the team people hate seeing. The team people are tired of seeing.
Facts.
I hate when other team fans say things like, I'm really pulling for you guys. Bump that. You know what, 757, that's a great point. I want, if you remember back in 2017, like the country at first loved us, and then they realized, wait, we don't like Jag fans. Like they're brutal on Twitter, and that was fun. That was part of the fun of it. I want to get back to that. I can tell y'all, for those of you who think that media wants to see their team lose, and I've heard that many, many times, like you're crazy. You have no idea how much more fun 2017 was than any other year since we've been doing this.
2017, from a media perspective, really into 2018, which made 2018 football season so much more disappointing. So there's a de facto, well, for us, other people probably actually have a calendar, but there's a de facto calendar that we have and that we got used to. See, there's the football season. So August training camp, September praying that we play most meaningful games until October. October praying we have meaningful games in November. November, we're not going to talk about draft. December, we're talking about draft.
No, mid-November.
Mid-November, we're talking about draft. December, get this season over with.
Early signing day.
But this is before. But 17, was that the first year? No, 18 was the first. So this is before all this. So 17, we go on a playoff run. We're like, wait, okay, we're checking these boxes. Wait a minute, we're January.
We're looking for hotel rooms in Minneapolis. Remember?
Yeah, I was trying to call.
We're trying to find sponsors.
This is how. So it's like a cousin ex-cousin-in-law or something like that, whatever. He's the mayor of Minneapolis. I'm trying to hit him up through LinkedIn, and I ain't talked to him in like 5 years and be like, hey, what's up, cuz? Like, whatever. Just that he ain't even married to the cousin no more. Just like, hey, man, I know they could be crazy now. Don't man, them
I've been on your side the whole time.
Them Spanish people, man, when I first met you, man, I knew you was cool. Whatever. But we're sitting here like we're hosting a playoff game. How does that? Do we go?
Right.
Like, how does that work? Like, we didn't even know what to do.
Yep.
Diddy's actually about to get accosted in the playoff game
because
his guy goes in the game, and luckily he does what he's good at, throwing interceptions, and Diddy leaves unscathed. I saved a man's life.
Did you?
They told that dude that there was a liquor store, a Buffalo fan. All you got to do is keep walking east. And they pointed him. I said, bruh, stop. I'm telling you right now, it's in your best interest to just pay the $8 for the beer.
Yes.
At least you'll live. So if you go down that way and you keep walking, there ain't a liquor store in sight, bro. Ain't nothing but hood. But I saved the guy's life. We won the game. Blah blah blah. Stuff goes on. We watch the next game. Then we go to we're like Miles Jack isn't down, and then the Super Bowl, Pro Bowl comes, Super Bowl, and we're kind of still in that glow because like we feel like we should have won, and we got a young team. That holy crap, National Signing Day is right here.
It's Wednesday. It was like the Wednesday before the Super Bowl.
Like we don't. Whoa. We haven't even prepared. Like, who's signing? Like, now we got to rush for that.
Bump them kids.
Yeah. Then we got to rush for other stuff. So it literally put a wrench in the entire sports calendar.
And the draft was on you.
Right. Yeah. So after that, the combine is literally coming right up. Then you got pro days. It's like for the first time in a while, we had nonstop like sports stuff to do.
Exciting.
There wasn't a gap because we used to talk about how I'll say the only show, all the shows are good. But most of the shows on the station are real sports shows. Like they're going to talk about sports year round. We talk about whatever we want to talk about after January because there's only so much football breakdown we can give you outside of the national championship, outside of the Super Bowl, things like that. But like now we were able to give you, like we didn't have to find fillers.
Yep.
And that you get lazy with that. Like from how we do our show. It's fun.
It was easy.
It's easy. Then we're in July. We got mini camp. Then you got, 1 month as opposed to 5 months of talking about BS. We had 1 month.
Yep.
Then the season's up on you, and
you're excited again.
And then we beat the Patriots.
Yep.
And we're like, holy, it's about to be lit, and then it isn't. Then we realize how much fun it was because everything was a buzz.
Well, 386? Yeah, 386 actually sent a text. This was a little while ago. Along those same lines, he says, the craziest thing about all of this is all the mishaps that happened for us to get to this point. 1, extending Blake. 2, somehow not re-signing all the Pro Bowlers we drafted. 3, not firing Dave and Doug. 4, signing Foles. He says the list goes on, but all the mishaps probably randomly led us to the best quarterback prospect in over 25 years. That's such a good text because it does make all that stuff semi-bearable now. You do look at that and go, yeah, man, that stunk. But look at us now. Like we're here now, and Dave's not here anymore. And then a week from now, we're going to be hearing about I think Doug's departure. And so now all that stuff is in the past, and it's so much different than if you had the number 2 pick. That's the thing that keeps rattling in my head. If we still had the number 2 pick, we'd be talking about GM and coach nonstop, and possibly like. Well, is it Zach Wilson? Is it Justin Fields? Possibly. We're not even worried about the GM and coach.
Right, because you already know what the pick is going to be.
Right.
And the Zach Wilson, Justin Fields thing is
somebody else's problem.
Is depressing to even think that you have to think about it. It really, the Jets have to have media pretend that they actually know the left tackle position. Because you got to talk about Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, replacing the quarterback that you still have money invested in, or getting the generational talent that was it Penway or Panay or whatever, the left tackle from Oregon. So I don't want to pretend to know that. I defer to those things to people. So like that's stuff that I don't want to get outside of wheelhouse on that.
866 Jack's currently on picks 1, 21, 33, and 44. Wow. We need the Rams to lose again next week.
And they're playing a team that has to win.
To
get into the playoffs, if I remember correctly.
Are they? Let's take a break because we went way over with Mayor Curry. So let's take a break. When we come back, I want to get into a couple more texts, but I want to get into this Urban Meyer thing. For just humor us for about 10 minutes here. We'll get off Trevor Lawrence for a second. I want to get on to Urban Meyer and something that Coach Campo said. We'll do that coming up next.
Get local wealth and finance advice from someone who's navigating the markets every day. Financial and tax planning, stock market trends, small business, and more. Navigating turbulent markets with Chris Rochelle. Saturday morning at 11 on 1010XL.
You're ready to get back into yoga, so you order the essentials. A non-slip mat, yoga blocks to keep balance, and an exercise ball. And you use your Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping and up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member, which you put towards your most essential yoga gear. Noise-canceling headphones.
Welcome. Take a deep breath. Breathe.
Apply for yours at bankofamerica.com/more-rewarding. Copyright 2020 Bank of America Corporation.
Ryan Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account. With the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors and siding.
I was on the go. It was time to eat. I said, baby, where my Danny? Cause they can't be beat. She got something else when it was time to choose. And after just one bite, I got that soggy sandwich blue. Should've known better, only Danny will do. Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah, she done me wrong. Didn't get my dandy. I need my ham and cheese.
That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted.
Should've known better, only Danny will do. Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah.
Kickoff 2021 at the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl.
Number 23 NC State Wolfpack and the Kentucky Wildcats.
Saturday, January 2nd at TIAA Bank Field. Get tickets at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com or call 904-633-2000.
Here around 1010XL, there are a couple things that you know we love. We love sports, and man, do we love to eat. And when it comes to eating, Daly's Dash is the perfect pit stop for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They make their sandwiches with more meats and more cheeses, just the way we like them. And right now, on special, 2 piled high biscuits, 2 for just $5. Daly's also sources and roasts their own top quality coffee beans. Daly's Dash, because more is better.
Contractors, need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJacks.com. That's CustomConcreteJacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians has been around for 119 years. Being one of the oldest organizations has its charm, but the reason they've been around for so long is because they're constantly striving for excellence. Their trained technicians can handle any job and have proven their credibility over multiple generations. Local 234 members come from a wide range of backgrounds with one thing in common: getting the job done right. Local 234. Make the right connection.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. 1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
It is the Sports Den on a Sunday night. Jags lost, but also a Jags victory. 41-17. The Bears annihilate the Jags with a 21-point third quarter. Jets win ensures that the Jags will have the first ever number 1 overall pick in franchise history. With that comes a lot of excitement. With next week probably comes a lot of coaching rumors. One of the hot ones right now is the Urban Meyer rumor.
Right.
This Urban Meyer has said to people that he would like to explore the Jacksonville job. I'm here for it. I think I'm not here. It's not one of these PR stunts. You said this earlier. Urban Meyer is a lot like Trevor Lawrence. The guy doesn't know how to lose. You can say whatever you want to, and you're probably right on whatever you say about Urban Meyer, good or bad. But the guy wins.
Right.
Always has. Everywhere he's gone, he wins. Coach Campo was on with Hacker and Leon before we came on the fifth quarter and was talking about how he remembers when he was at Dallas going to Utah to speak to their defensive staff about how the NFL teams played defense. And he said Urban's always had this almost infatuation with the NFL. And if you remember, the tie-in with Bill Belichick was very strong with Urban Meyer. Bill Belichick was a regular visitor at the University of Florida when he was down there.
Right.
They were very close, maybe still are very close friends. I think that guys like that, maybe he's not a 10-year, 20-year coach. I think that guys like that, it doesn't matter if you put them in a Pop Warner, a middle school, a high school, NFL, or college team. They're going to win football games. At the end of the day, you're still playing with 11. The same rules are true for the high school game to the NFL game. You're 11, my 11. If I score more than you, I win.
Mm-hmm.
The same concepts are true. The players are just better. The biggest thing that I go to is if you look at that Ohio State program, you can talk about, Alabama and Clemson. But if you look at that Ohio State program, the guys that they have put out under Urban Meyer have not just been drafted, they have been amazing in the league. He's putting out productive players year after year after year and did the same thing in Florida. You can't ignore that he was able to prepare them for the league. So what would make someone think that he doesn't kind of have his finger on the pulse of what it takes in that league to win? Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
And can you think of a more exciting prospective head coach off the top of your head?
No. And we've seen guys like him be successful. He's more Pete Carroll, not same personality, but along those lines than he is, let's say, a Steve Spurrier. Steve Spurrier came right around that time where it was shifting. Like Coughlin came from college, and it was still that, all right, you're that level of respect for the older authority.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas that doesn't fly now. A lot of times your best player, and it's been going on since then, your best player probably makes more than you.
Right.
Or they're tied to that player due to cap and other things more than they are tied to you. And yeah, your money's guaranteed, but if we get rid of you, it doesn't affect our roster. We're not going to get rid of this guy who we have a 3 to 5 year window with to win. Unless you're Bill Belichick, unless you're that damn good of a coach. You've got to be able to, not manipulate, but be able to balance personalities. And who can we say has done a better job than that?
Yep. No, that's
Urban Meyer.
very
He
true.
literally
Good or
has
bad. Yep.
a saint,
Yep.
a killer, all kind. Like they had I saw somebody they had a spreadsheet of guys who had got in trouble during this time
Florida.
at the University of Florida, and
all the way down to his coaching staff, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he's able to keep it all, not just keep it all together, to keep it effectively quiet.
Mhm.
And which we joked about the kid who went on a recruiting trip to Ohio State right before he stepped out, who they found out who's going to go to Florida. I think he still ended up getting into Florida. Max still took him.
Isn't it Grimes?
Was it Grimes?
I think it's Grimes.
Well, he had the bad week. Like, that's what we said. Because Urban and them said he got popped for smoking weed.
Right.
And we were like, he drove down, said, you still not committing?
I know Grimes.
Grimes went to Ohio State to transfer.
Yeah.
This kid was a defensive back
Okay.
that went there, I think he ended up getting kicked out of Florida anyway.
Oh, okay.
Remember, that was that Mullins class where all of the guys, they had so many guys didn't even come.
Oh.
I don't know, whatever. Bottom line is this. It doesn't matter. The point is, we joke, if that was good weed, Urban would have been committed to Ohio State, and Urban wouldn't have booted him. Urban, if you got to break at least 3 of the 10 commandments,
yes,
for Urban to even recruit you. So he's a and in the NFL, you don't have that burden anymore.
No,
it's not your job to babysit these young men. Mm-mm. It's your job to coach them on the field. If they get in trouble, then
you have to recruit them.
Right, like it's
and that's the thing. That's the other thing about what makes Nick Saban is he is an elite recruiter, but he's an elite evaluator and developer. And so I can go to 247 if I'm a college coach and go, okay, well, I can sign a top 10 class if I go get these 25 guys. But I have no idea if they're going to fit in my program.
Right.
The one thing you got to say about Urban Meyer is his recruiting classes weren't just highly ranked, they were effective. And he was elite at knowing how to put it together from a recruiting standpoint. And then once it got to him, and this is at every stop, Utah included, once it got to him, he was elite at continuing to develop them. I don't know how that doesn't translate to the NFL. It's still a put it all together, evaluate type of situation in the league from free agency to draft in the NFL. So I would love to see what would excite you more and what would you have more confidence in, Urban Meyer or Eric Bieniemy?
I would have excitement in both, but it'll be 2 different reasons.
What would you be more confident in the outcome?
I feel more confident, right? Like just for the head coach, not the others. Yeah. If it's just coaching, I feel, man. I say Bieniemy only because he's already in the NFL game.
Okay,
but even with everything on, I just feel Urban's not an X's and O's guy per se. He's never had to call a game.
Mm-hmm.
He has an understanding of the game. He knows what he wants to do, but Urban's never been a coordinator. Well, he was a special teams coordinator before he became a head coach. Now what he is though is as good as he is at looking at talent that fits and developing that talent. He's better at spotting an eye for coaches and getting the right coaches that fit him, and that he can have the freedom to allow them to do what they need to do. Whether it be Dan Mullen, whether it be Cool Story Hookem Bro, Ryan Day, even seeing a defensive coordinator, my guy that's at Cincinnati right now,
Fickle.
Yeah, Luke Fickle. He's not even part of your tree per se, but you saw what he did. You kept him there.
Right.
So you're able to bring these guys in and you give them the freedom, but they know you're gonna put your thumb on them. There's a level of expectation that comes with that freedom. You have to handle yourself as a head coach, which is part of the reason why I believe his trees have a level of success.
Was Adazio his?
Was Adazio?
I don't know.
I remember the DC. Who was the DC that was with him? Because Fickle was a co-DC.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
Is it Grinch?
Maybe so. Maybe
I haven't even heard that name in a while.
See, for me, I think, and granted, I don't know a whole lot about Eric Bieniemy. I mean, I know a lot about Urban because he was here, and Urban's been a head coach, and he's won natties. I think I have more confidence in the CEO ability that Urban Meyer possesses.
Okay.
I do think that from a ceiling perspective and from a longevity perspective, I would side with Eric Bieniemy on that. But if you're saying, hey, we've got a franchise in the dumpster right now that's got a ton of excitement, and we want to sell tickets and we want to create a buzz and an excitement, you bring Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer in. And there's nothing that you can do that would, and I'm not one of these that believes that you do something to sell tickets unless you're selling tickets because people believe you're going to win. And that's what I believe what would happen if you brought Urban Meyer in.
Now, that's what I believe would happen. You'll sell out tickets faster with Urban than you would with Bieniemy.
Yeah, no doubt. 850 says, please talk to the fans who want to trade the number one pick because Trevor Lawrence won't be able to fix this team by himself. Listen, I'm not going to talk to the fans. I'm going to talk to you. He said, this is Dallas. I don't know. But let me talk to you, Dallas.
Who's saying that?
You've got you're hanging around the wrong people. Like, if you're around people saying that, you're a direct reflection of the 5 people you hang around. You need to get away from those people because they're not very smart.
Right.
Don't listen to that. Don't let anybody kill your vibe right now, Jacksonville. Nobody. Let's see. Do you think Urban would run an RPO system, or do he adapt his player skills? The NFL is in an RPO world right now.
Right.
Like that.
Like, I'm watching it. It's crazy. Not just RPO, but the damn near is cheating. It's almost a yo-yo motion. But you're taking a wide receiver. You're bumping up the back to about 7 or 8, motioning the receiver to 10, and almost doing an I formation out of that, or really the fake the dive to the swing route. So many different things that they're doing with the run pass option.
Never has the college and NFL game schematically been closer.
Right.
Never. They are dang near identical. James has made the point a lot. The biggest difference in the game is the hashes.
Right. That's the only thing. Then that's why you can't call it a spread.
Right.
That's why you must call it the RPO.
Right.
Because you can spread them out as much as they want. You got to come back to these hashes. But outside of that, I mean, it's a lot of concepts. That's why you're seeing more NFL coaches go to colleges to watch practices.
Right.
And get as it was the other way around back in the day.
That's why Kyler Murray can be the number one pick.
Right. And that's why you can have a coach who's failed on the college level be a coach, and now be the new trend for going and plucking coaches from the college game. Again, not like specific type of coaches.
982 says Leftwich for head coach since we have Trevor. No, thank you.
No,
we're good there.
No, I'm sure Byron's going to be successful.
Somebody made us a meme.
They
Of our
made us?
two guys.
Oh yeah. They got the names.
Oh, they don't have the names on it.
Oh.
If you look at the text line, you'll see it there. Let's see. There was another one I want to get to. How do you feel, this is coming from 850, how do you feel Coach Meyer would work with the GM, or do you think he'd demand to run the whole show himself as coach and GM? I think he'd be fine with the GM. There's different ways in the NFL that you can do this. And I think for the most part, if everybody kind of knows where they fit, it's different than what it was in the past. A coach doesn't need to be the GM to have that power. Like there's more coaches on staff. There's more scouts on staff. There's more film to review. There's more technology. Like there's all these different things that keeps the coach more involved than it ever has in the past. They don't have to get on the road. I mean, the Senior Bowl for a large part, I don't think the Senior Bowl is going to be a thing in 20 years from now.
I'm shocked. They keep pushing this, like the season's back. Like, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't advise a client to go. I mean, if you're that big of a name, why do you need to go? And then if you go in that first, at this point, the more film you put on, like the worse off it is for you, because that's just more for them to break down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to put less out there. I know that sounds like you're hiding something, but who cares?
Yeah, I like the way the text line is going. We literally have hundreds of texts tonight. I'm not exaggerating with that. But there's been a big shift in the text line. And I love to see this because we talked about it a couple weeks ago. And the shift is this. The shift is it's no longer who do you think would come to Jacksonville. I'm seeing all you guys mentioning big names of we're going to go get this guy. I love that shift. I said this when it all happened with Dave Caldwell is bump the next guy in line. You go get the main guy. You make him say no.
Right.
And your case just got stronger than ever. You don't have to overpay for that guy. Now you get to say we got the number 1 overall pick. We've got 4 in the top 45. We've got $100 million to spend. Like, you get to say all of that now. And then they have to make that decision. Would they rather stay in some cold area of the country that they're paying 7% state income tax in and their family's miserable? Or would they rather come down to a 0 state income tax, go get who they want, go spend how they want with a dope head coach and a franchise quarterback? Seems pretty simple to me.
Yeah, I'm going to take that.
Yeah, that seems pretty simple. People didn't think Mahomes would be a franchise quarterback. So tell that texter Trevor Lawrence will be amazing. Also, fellas, stop sleeping on our wide receivers. Chark, Visca, Collin, and Cole will be better with T-Law. Just draft Amari Rodgers, wide receiver from Columbus, the 3rd, 4th round, and ride.
I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, that sounds good, and I hope I'm wrong on that. But what I saw today, granted, I have to put this in the context of Tank. I saw time. I saw guys who can't get open. And when you have a quarterback who has time, either he's not making the right reads, which could be true, or people aren't getting open downfield.
Right.
And when you have a running game, the running back actually didn't do bad.
No, I thought he played pretty well.
That is an indictment. It's not saying that they're not talented. It's saying we need a guy who can run himself open. You want to see what that is? Watch the Green Bay game.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Adams who can I think Thielen's in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
There's damn near every NFL team has a true number 1 that when it's time, that guy gets open.
Everybody knows it's going to him.
Now, when that happens, your other guys, their talents increase. That's when DJ Chark actually becomes who he is.
Yeah.
That's when Keelan Cole, we actually can figure out what Keelan Cole is. That's when a guy like Laviska can act like even Ty Hill. Ty Hill is the guy now with KC, right? We can say that, right? Without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
When he first got there, he wasn't, though. But he was able to, because he was more of a gadget guy. But you can actually make that happen with Laviska, with other people.
Yeah.
But you got to have somebody that actually makes D coordinators.
The roster's not done at the receiver position.
Right.
It's far from it. Like you go out, if you're going to bring in a Trevor Lawrence, you go out and you go get him a 27-year-old. And I'm just saying this guy's name because they'd never do it. You go get Allen Robinson. You go get a guy that's proven.
But Allen Robinson probably at this point probably would be a good one.
Right? I mean, something like that. We're getting a lot of would you rather this person or that person? Like, would you rather Bill Cowher or Urban Meyer? Urban Meyer. Bill Cowher's been out the game a long time, people. A long time. Lincoln Riley or Urban Meyer? Now, that one I'd have to think about. I definitely have to think about that. And by the way, 343. Keep Gator fans happy. Draft Trevor and bundle up our 2nd and 3rd picks and move up to get Pitts. We need those picks. Like, I would love to have Pitts. I think he's going to be a superstar in the NFL, but we need those. We need those picks. I'm all for Trevor sitting out the playoffs, by the way. The only thing that would kill our vibe right now
is him getting hurt.
Yes. We've got to take our final break on tonight's Sports Den. It has flown by. We'll be back to wrap it up coming up next.
He's number 55, Mac in the middle, Tom McManus.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Fridays on Jaguars Today, brought to you by McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, on 1010XL.
All offers with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Big Finish event.
Thanks to you, Jacksonville, we've sold more new cars than ever before. And we're determined to finish strong with the best deals of the entire year at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Get a brand new Jeep Cherokee and drive it home from just $239 a month. If a new Dodge Challenger is more your speed, choose any one from our great selection and hit the road from only $289 a month. It's no wonder Ram Trucks ranked #1 for the 3rd year in a row. Step up to Ram and save up to $11,000 off MSRP. Come into 9600 Atlantic Boulevard and test drive the right one for you. Save up to $11,000. See them all at #1CJD.com. We're having a holiday of savings. Less than perfect credit. Our goal is 100% credit approval through the end of the year. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard, across from the Regency Square Mall.
Hey guys, this is Ashlyn Sullivan, and I want to take a break here because I'm so excited to talk to you all about this experience Eric Dunn and I are hosting this season called Jags at Home. The Jaguars are actually giving away $2,500 every quarter of every game to whoever predicts the outcome of the game most accurately. That's $10,000 every single game. If you think you know football and the Jaguars, join us for every home and away game at jagsathome.com.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of OrthoEdge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at OrthoEdge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at OrthoEdge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is back to normal business hours. In conjunction with Baptist Health, JOI and JOI Rehab are following the best practices to provide you and their employees with a safe environment, including patients and staff wearing masks and the ability to utilize their new virtual waiting room. JOI is still offering telehealth services if you prefer to do so. If you have questions before coming in for an appointment, please call JOI 2000. JOI, where the pros go.
Lauren Brooks here. If you want a chance to win the holiday grand prize from Fisherman's Dock, text the keyword giveaway to 888-111. There are multiple prizes and winners, but the grand prize is a Yeti 65 cooler and a 50-pound bag of oysters. Once entered, you'll also receive $5 off a 30 or 50-pound oyster bag to use before January 31st. All you got to do is text the keyword giveaway to 888-111. Text 888-111 keyword giveaway. For full contest details and prizes, visit the Fisherman's Dock Facebook page.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get their ones and trying to get them ends.
1010XL. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
465 on the Lifetime Closers text line. Dan Mullen or Urban Meyer? He says, I'll take Mike Norvell over both of them.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I want to say something.
I want to tune in tomorrow night, by the way.
Yeah, I stand corrected, too. And I want to see this because obviously he's listening to the show. Logan, might say your name wrong. Bowles?
Oh,
yeah.
The
photo
Photo
Bowles.
Goat?
We shoot a lot of ISO on game days. Spend some time on Chark. I think it counted 5 or 6 times where Chark just ran open to the point where I have pictures of him being like, what the hell are y'all doing? And that's man, that could be dope. I mean, like I said, I want to stand corrected. I saw it last week. I will say that. There was some time, but that was with Gardner back at QB. So, but like when you got a guy who's a statue, he's got to get rid of the ball fast.
Yeah.
So like again, I'm not suggesting get rid of any of these wide receivers. I'm just suggesting that the Jags haven't had a true number one.
When's the last time the Jags had a guy that defenses had to cover 60 to 65 yards of the field?
I'll tell you. The weed boy. Blackman.
No, I'm talking about quarterback wise.
Oh, quarterback. Okay,
that could even throw it like that.
Oh.
Blake couldn't do it.
Nah.
Gardner don't have that arm. Gabbard didn't have the arm. Leftwich could, but Leftwich couldn't hit the check down.
Right.
I mean, when you have to cover that back half,
it's tough, man. Like, you got it's a completely different. So it's a combination of a lot of things, but you know who changes that? Trevor Lawrence.
We may see. You guys don't want to miss tomorrow night. I promise you that.
A lot of drama. Then he's stirring up.
Didn't mean
Hornets
to,
nest.
but I did. We'll get into that tomorrow night on the Sports Den, 8 o'clock. Tell your friends. Share the SoundCloud. Numbers, people. 2021 is a year of growth for the Sports Den. We need numbers. Help us out. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hey, it's Allie McDeal of the Best Bet Poker Show. Tune in Wednesdays at 6 p.m. on 1010XL and 92.5 FM or